But when you do this, you're left with the final marching orders of Muslims being the commands that are found in Surah 9, which just happens to me the most violent chapter of the Quran.
That's correct.
And this is where you fight those who do not believe in Allah. This is where that's chapter 9, verse 29. O prophet, strive hard against the unbelievers and the hypocrites and be unyielding to them. And the Arabic for strive hard there comes from the word jihad.
That's
so
correct,
it's wage jihad against unbelievers and hypocrites. Now keep this in mind. That's a verse. That's a verse that justifies ISIS waging jihad against other Muslims that they regard as hypocrites, because everyone tells us, oh, they can't be real Muslims. They're killing Muslims.
And I decided to kill my dad, and I decided to do it in a brutal fashion, not a gunshot or anything. I was going to do it with a hammer. When I walked up to my dad, I had a hammer in my hand, and I hit him in the head 7 or 8 times with a ball-peen hammer until I thought he was dead, and I just left.
Ethical mistakes. According to Surah 8:65, killing becomes lawful to the God who said, "Thou shalt not kill." O Prophet, exhort the believers to fight. Again in 484 we read, "So fight, O Muhammad, in the way of Allah and urge on the believers." The Arabic word means not only to fight, but to kill as well. There are many other verses which express the same philosophy, almost 100 of them, forcing people to accept this religion by the sword. Jesus, the Messiah of God, taught his followers 6 centuries earlier to be peacemakers. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called children of God. To love their enemies and not to kill them. How is it that we go backwards in this serious ethical issue instead of higher standard?
Our top story at 10 o'clock, surveillance tapes may hold clues in a shocking arrest.
He has stirred controversy worldwide. He even claims radical Muslims have tried to kill him. Now, well-known evangelist Anis Sharoosh is accused of trying to burn down a high-rise condominium in Daphne. Authorities tell NBC 15 News they are now reviewing surveillance tapes recorded last night at the Loma Alta condos. Dozens of families live there, including Sharoosh's. Police say these are people whose lives could have been lost. NBC 15's Jenna Susko joins us live from that condominium tower in Daphne. And Jenna, some folks who live there are just finding out about the fire.
Yeah, they sure are, Greg. On their drive home, when they arrived here, we spoke to them, and many were shocked, stunned, those who know Dr. Sharoosh and his wife, to hear that something like this would happen. Now, the big question on everyone's minds is why? Why would someone want to burn down dozens of homes, including his own? Well, that's a mystery investigators are working to solve.
He's preached before thousands, served as an evangelist in the Middle East, even authored a book about the attacks on America. Now Dr. Anis Sharoosh is in jail, charged with attempted arson, after police say he tried to burn down a place hundreds in Daphne call home.
Potentially we could be looking at several death investigations or several murder investigations, and we could have several people that wouldn't be with us today.
Investigators say around 10 o'clock last night, while many were sleeping, Sharoosh went down to the storage room on the first floor and set the recycling bin on fire.
You live in a high-rise, and there's always a concern about some sort of disaster happening.
Just happened to see the red lights flashing on the blinds and looked out the blinds to see what was going on. I saw a fire truck sitting across the street and what looked like paramedics.
Neighbors had no idea what was happening, but investigators say it was a calculated move. They say earlier Sharoosh had tampered with the security system.
But in a big fire if he'd have got it going. It's right across the street.
Now, investigators tell me that a board member heard the alarms last night and discovered the fire. He was able to quickly extinguish it, so thankfully nobody was hurt and that fire did not spread beyond that storage room. Reporting live in Baldwin County, Jenna Susko, NBC 15 News.
Jenna, thank you. Now, NBC 15 News has learned that a box containing tax records from Sharoosh's Evangelistic Association were in that recycling bin police say he set on fire. Police would not comment on those records.